Well, good afternoon. This is Sue, the Soggy Stamper. Rain or shine, it's stamping time. It's Friday afternoon and time for my Facebook Live, my Fabulous Friday Facebook Live. And have to say that this is a rainy period. We've had two atmospheric rivers come one on top of the other, and the weather was warm enough that there was no snow in the mountains. So the rivers have been overflowing, and they've had flood warnings and flash flood warnings. Fortunately, the levees have pretty much held up, and so people are safe, but they were asked to evacuate to higher ground. And so it's been rather exciting last 3 days. Today, I'm going to introduce you to one of the stamp sets that is in the new mini catalog. It's called Addressed to You. It's near the back, and it is a standalone, but I love it because of the possibilities of it. I love the delicate design and stuff like that. It's a photopolymer like all of the stamp sets. Oh, and the stamp set's not there. Here it is. Duh. And with these new stamp sets, what I do is I'm using cardstock to stiffen, because you see these are pretty flimsy, and the stamp set itself doesn't take up the whole length. It gives plenty of room when they do have a big stamp set. Anyway, so what I do is I ink up this thing and then stamp it on the inside so I can actually see what the stamps are without having to flip back and forth. And then I put the lightweight clear covering over this and glued it down to protect the side. When you close it up, it protects the stamp set as well. And on some of them, I haven't decided yet, but on one of them, I actually adhered this to the back side here. But I think perhaps I want to keep it separate because this does take up a bunch of space, and I'm always stamping with barely enough space, like everything's all around me. So I think I may keep them out like that. So I'm going to make 2 cards using this stamp set, and I'm also going to be using the greeting Warmest Winter Wishes from Delicate Pines, which, by the way, is retiring. It's on the last chance list, as well as the everything that's part of that thing. Along with the stamp set, it's like I say, it's a standalone. But I'm going to be using the dies from the Lovely Arrangements dies. I fell in love with, I have lots of flowers and flower dies and stuff like that, but I love this eyelet die. And that is why I decided to go ahead and get the stamp set. The stamp set that goes with it is this one. And it's part of a suite. But this is the stamp set. And it says, sending smiles, always here for you. Hello, friend. Thank you. Love you. You are so lovely. So very much like thank you so very much. Just a note. Happy birthday. You are so lovely. A very generic type thing as far as the greetings go. Always useful, always needed. So this is a bundle. And like I say, it's part of a suite. There's designer series paper that matches it, and a couple of other items, which when the catalog goes live, I'll be happy to show you, because I only ordered these. So I want to remind you that today is the last day for free shipping. Get in there and place your order, because it's good to be able to get some free shipping, especially around Christmas time. So this is the card we're going to make first, using the happy birthday. Actually, no. I'm going to make this one first because I have the the dies, the stamp setup for it. So this is using the Summer Splash cardstock, 8.5 by 11. No, 8.5 by 5.5. My brain is scattered. And I'm looking for my bone folder. Found it. It's always good for doing that. This is a piece that is 5.25 by 4, and it's one of the Designer Series papers that goes with the Delicate Pines. Sweet. And okay. Had a class here on Win last Sunday, making the tissue box cover. Oh, I forgot. I forgot I was going to turn up the corners. Ah, I am all mixed up. Good grief. Card base is basic white. Now let's see. I was going to fold up the corners like that, but I've got adhesive on them now. I'll be right back. I'm going to cut another piece of the paper. Okay, so I'm going to fold back a corner because I like the Designer Series paper on both sides. Let's see if I can. If you use your grid paper, it kind of helps you get things even. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on that and fold it down. That. Now I'm on a roll. Now let me make sure I've got the right size. Okay, this is 2.5 by 3.5. Let's see, this one is bigger. Okay, 2.5 by 3.5. And I have the oval. And when you pull it off the thing, it can be kind of funky, you know, as far as getting it lined up, back up again, because you could spread it out quite a ways like that. But to get it so that it's pretty much the same size, lay it down on the grid paper first. And I stamped it with Secret C. 3.5 by 2.5. Not sure I've got the right one. 3.5 by 2.5. Okay. Those big blocks do not like to stand up. Oh, and then I have the greeting. Stamp that while I'm at it. Warmest winter wishes. There. Now. And then I used cloud cover for the snowflakes. And you might wonder, cloud cover ink pads are not available. Well, they are still. They're on the last chance. And the reason why they aren't being continued is because the color would not hold straight. However, the re-inker, the refill, did seem to hold. It must be the material of the thing. So I took a blank spot and re-inked it and filled it with the refill ink. So these snowflakes will go right along here, like so. And after the fact, I thought, that would be very pretty to do it with silver embossed snowflakes, but I'm not sure that the details would show up. Okay, so then we just apply it in here. Kind of slide it down under the folds. Not very straight. There, like that. And all that we have left to do is decorate it. And I have more of these wonderful traditional, what do you call them? Shiny, sparkling sequins. These are also on last chance. It breaks my heart because they are so sparkly. Put one there. And I kind of went crazy with them this time. Put one there. And let's see, one in each corner here. You have to do it in odd numbers. 3s, 5s. Thirds is a rule, a design rule. So there, that's our first card. See how easy it is? And on the inside, I think I'll add a few of the snowflakes. I'll stamp it again. I don't normally decorate the inside, but it makes a nice touch. There. So that's the first card using that design. Now, I have to clean this off real quick. Be right back. I needed to clean it off because I need to use the block. And I'll put it back on the stamp set. Because now I'm going to use the square block, the square design. How did this fit on here? Take this off for now. Okay, so we're going to use the square one. With the oval, it's not so hard, but with the square, I at least want to have the square, the lines match up so that they're parallel. So this is where having the grid paper is very handy, because you can kind of nudge them till it looks pretty straight. And then you pick it up. I'm going to be using the words happy birthday. So there's happy, and there's birthday. I'm going to do the same thing a little hard because they tend to stick to your fingers. And it helps to have a steady hand, too. Come on. Come on. It's worth the effort, I assure you. Okay. Let's put a block down on that. And then we'll test it. We'll be stamping it with pecan pie. We'll test both. That looks pretty good. Let's see how close I got to these. I am happy with it. All right. Well, you could. Okay, so we're going to stamp onto cardstock here. And you could put it with that on the bottom. Either way, whichever pleases you. And at this point, I could use little pine trees. As a matter of fact, I think I will. Instead of the flowers, just to show you the variety that is possible. So I'll lay it down like that, pick it up, and I'm going to use, for the pine trees, I'm going to use the shaded spruce. Okay. Well, I was going to use shaded spruce, but it's not front and center. So we'll use the mossy meadow. Like that. Now we've got a masculine card. Okay, we'll stamp the happy birthday. Now for the sample card, I used this. But now that I've changed it to a masculine card, I'm going to go grab I think it'll still work. I think the colors will still work. So this piece is 3.5 by 2 3/4, and I'm going to cut it with this die to make the holes. I'll be right back. So it looks like that. What if I weren't actually doing it now? If I were to redo it, I would use these, and I would find a wood grain, either emboss with a birch wood embossing folder and cut these circles out like that to simulate the cut ends of logs of wood. Would be cool, but we'll go with what I have prepared. Put that at an angle. Going to use Stampin' Dimensionals for this. Rather, pieces. Oh, I actually have a dimensional there. I hate to waste any of the material, so when you have a large thing like that, the pieces work just fine. The happy birthday, and then we'll put some butterflies for a little bit of bling. Butterflies can be in a forest, right? Could be flying above the tree there. I'm really happy that these are still available. Okay, so there you have a couple of ideas. That one and that one. And then we made this one with the warm winter wishes. And, oh, for this card I also stamped the envelope. Because that's partly what it was designed for, was envelopes, to decorate envelopes. Usually I'm lucky to get the envelope out, get the card in the envelope, and in the mail, so I generally don't bother to decorate the envelopes. But another option with this card set is the balloons. You could put the balloons in that corner. That would go nicely with it. Other word is happy and team. I'm not sure how you would use the team. Happy team, maybe. Birthday team, maybe. Not quite sure. Leave a comment as how you would use the team with this stamp set. And then there's mail. I could stamp on the envelope. I could stamp mail or post. Anyway, this is Sue, the Soggy Stamper. If you have any questions, you can email me at sue@soggystamper.com. My blog is www.soggystamper.com. And I'll try to get the directions or the measurements at least for these cards up on my blog. I'll do a blog post about it. If you need any of the products, go to creationsbysue.stampinup.net or go to my blog, and in the upper right hand corner is a button that says 24/7. It takes you to my blog. To my online store. Thank you for watching, and come back again next Friday afternoon. I try to make it at 4 o'clock as a rule, and for another Fabulous Friday Facebook Live. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.